Welcome to Spirits
Hi.
and Supernatural. I'm Dawn.
I'm Jenny.
Go ahead.
Today we have, we're both just so beyond extremely excited to welcome Sean Flanagan and Matt Cohen to our podcast. Sean is a screenwriter and producer. He has done, over 100 films or something like that. I mean, a lot of films and television. And he's on vacation and still joined us today. And it's just amazing to me. Any of our listeners are going to know who Matt Cohen is because he was young John Winchester. And that's how we know him the best, of course. But he has a lot of other credits to his name. He has been on shows like How to Get Away with Murder, Criminal Minds, Melissa and Joey. And he did a Hallmark movie, right? Holiday Date.
Yeah, a couple of them.
He also directed an episode of Supernatural, and I think it was the Gimme Shelter in season 15. So again, welcome Sean and Matt. Today, though, you guys mostly are going to be talking about your latest venture together, Public Domain. We heard a little bit about that when we were in Novi. We did get to see Matt's latest movie called X's that he stars in with Brianna Buckmaster. We were part of the rough cut
test
release of
rough
that.
cut test screening.
Yes, and it was amazing. It was so good. But like I said, today we're going to talk about Public Domain. So Matt and Sean, why don't you give us a little bit of background of how you guys came to the conclusion that this is something you wanted to do?
Well, I don't think either one of us are sure we still want to do it at this point.
Speak for yourself.
I think in success, of course, we want to do it. I mean, Sean and I are, we kind of came up with this idea sometime early in the pandemic or something. And we just really wanted to see, a cartoon kind of adult version of some of the characters we've known and loved from so many other instances and shows. And this is what Sean came up with, and I love it, and I think it's fun. And honestly, the best part about it is like if the show Supernatural was a box of cereal and Public Domain was a bowl of milk, we shook the Supernatural cereal into the Public Domain bowl of milk, and now you have Public Domain, and you have all these actors you know and love that have played your favorite character on Supernatural playing their favorite character, their childhood favorite character on their next favorite iconic, adult sitcom animated comedy. There was no reason not to make it. I'm going to shut up and let the writer say his piece now.
Well, just real quick, I'm going to piggyback off of that. So did everybody get to pick their character that they are reading?
Oh, God, no. That's not how it works.
That's how I made it sound.
No, we told them who their favorite character was, and then we begged them very politely to do it.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I am a constant pitching salesman that can't stop his mouth from spilling. So sometimes I just say things that just sound right in the moment. And even if they don't sound right in the moment, still I say those things.
Sold me. I believed it.
Well, I'm going to say that how it had happened was Matt pitched me an idea, God knows how long ago, about what happens if a bunch of people go in, they audition to be a Disney princess, 9 of them go in, 1 gets the job, what happens to the 8 who don't get the job? I was like, that's really cool, love it. What is the long version of that story? How does that span episodes or seasons or years or however you want to look at it? So I kind of stuck it in the back of my brain. I was like, that's something, but I don't know what it is. And then I have had the dream of making Casablanca a disturbing sitcom for probably 10 years. Like, I want a messed up Rick. I want a messed up Ilsa. I want a bunch of Nazis. I want all the things. So months after Matt originally told me the Disney princess part, it was the middle of the night. I can't sleep. I have insomnia. I have a bad stomach. I have all these wonderful, fun things because getting old is great. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I literally said, holy shit, it's Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
And 18 hours later, I had a rough draft of the pilot and I emailed Matt and I was like, I don't know if this is a thing, but I think it might be a thing. What do we do?
So then what did Matt say?
I immediately said we're going to bully every friend that I have into being in this for next to nothing, because they're going to be hopeful that it's going to be their best, the most favorite cartoon they've ever seen in their entire lives. And guess what? They're right. And here's the thing. I say this pitch. I'm not pitching it because I'm a pitching salesman, although I am. I'm pitching this because it is logical and it makes sense. When you sit down in front of a show, you want to care about your characters. When you meet a character for the first time, you must learn of this character's backstory, where they come from, what are their parents like, what kind of relationships did they have, what kind of trouble did they get in, how did they get out of that trouble? All these things you got to learn about a character, and then you decide, oh, hey, I care about that character. The minute you turn on public domain, you have seen these characters exist in other universes already. When they exist in the public domain universe, you're going to get all that extra story. You're going to get all the things that you couldn't have got in the fairy tale version of it. Anyways, public domain's awesome. You guys can't wait to see it. Trust me.
Okay. So why don't you guys tell us what it means to be in the public domain? What is the criteria for something to be public domain?
You got it, Sean.
Oh, God, I don't know. I'm so bad at the numbers. So there is a thing called copyright. You create a piece of art, a podcast, a book, a play, a movie, a TV show, whatever. You copyright it. Before a certain date, the copyright lasted so long. It was something like 80 years after the creation. After a certain date, it's 75 years after the creator dies, or vice versa. This is a part I'm terrible at. Basic idea is a copyright is roughly good for about a century, and then it becomes free to use. It's public domain. It's free to access. You can make your own versions. You can screen the movie. You can do whatever you want. Nobody essentially owns it anymore.
That's how they came up with the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big wave, especially now, a couple companies, Winnie the Pooh, the horror movie, Peter Pan, there's a Tinkerbell one coming. If there's a schlocky movie about it and you think, God, that doesn't sound right, it's probably because it just entered the public domain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And there's new characters entering the public domain every year, because characters, they age out, and then there they are. They will be walking in the door of the public domain bar, played by likely one of your favorite television actors.
Yeah, literally every January 1st is public domain day. You go to the Library of Congress, and they're just like, here's a list of 100 things that are now free to use.
Wow.
So like this past year was The Little Prince, Popeye, and a third character. This coming year is Miss Marple, Nancy Drew, and Betty Boop.
Oh, I love that.
So there's already Sherlock Holmes, who's voiced by Adam Fergus, and amazing. Obviously is going to have to come up against Miss Marple and Nancy Drew in a detective off.
Yes.
So a year, 2 years from now, there will be an amazing episode with Sherlock Holmes, Miss Marple, and Nancy Drew coming at you.
I want to see Betty Boop on like a roller derby team.
I feel like Julie McNiven would be the perfect Nancy Drew. Just saying.
That'd be hilarious. Okay.
Throwing that out there.
So you kind
You
of
heard
like
it here first.
Yeah.
you're constantly getting new characters then.
Yes. Literally, our hope is this show goes longer than The Simpsons, because even if you get bored of the characters we've got, every January we can add new cast members. Mm-hmm. The big one I'm excited for, I want to say it's about 8-9 years, but we're less than a decade away from Superman.
Oh. Wow. What about Batman? Because I know a guy that has voiced Batman. I mean, I don't know him. Yeah. You know him.
Oh, we have plans for that unnamed gentleman.
Okay.
But Batman is roughly the same time as Superman, maybe a year after or so.
Awesome. So I do want to ask, I know that, Matt, you are playing a character called Shep. Is Shep in the public domain, or is Shep an original character that you came up with?
Shep is Sean's creation. He's an original character, a once child actor that now runs a bar of washed up has-been actors that are trying to fight their way back into Hollywood, as he is himself. trying to fight his way back in and kind of reignite his career. Yeah, he's one of our a few original characters, other than some fan characters that we created for specifically for certain fans.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of gives us an opportunity to talk about our cocktail real quick.
Yeah.
Dawn and I came up with a Tinseltown cocktail because our understanding is all of these characters at your bar, that's what they're waiting for, is their big call to get back into Tinseltown, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we came up with a cocktail. We call it the Tinseltown cocktail. It's 1.5 ounces of bourbon. We're using Jack Daniels, 1.5 ounces of simple syrup, a few dashes of orange bitters, and then we're going to top it off with some champagne. And we have edible glitter because
It's got to be sparkly
it's
to be
Tinseltown.
right?
You got to have glitter.
Wow, I
right?
like it. I
Yeah.
like it. I mean, the champagne, the carbonation and the sweetness of the champagne is going to be nice with the bitters and the whiskey.
Yeah.
And then who doesn't love edible glitter in their cocktail?
I don't know. Never had it before. But
It's gold.
Today is
though.
a day of firsts, ladies.
It
We are
is.
just going down. We're having shots of glitter on a podcast. This is
yeah, and we used our public domain shot glass for our measuring.
Even better.
Yep.
and don't forget to pick up your public domain swag at the Austin Creation Convention. That's got a title too long to say. Sean and I will be in the vendor's room. We'll also be debuting public domain for your viewing
Okay,
pleasure.
it really
Can you
just
see
looks
it,
like
guys?
sparkly
Are you able to
beer.
see the sparkle?
There it is.
See the sparkles? Oh.
Yes, I do.
So I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
So we
I'm
were-
excited to make a full version of that when I get home.
Yeah, I hope you do. Let us know
All
how what you
right.
think. Okay, we're going to take a sip.
It
All right,
is
to the
literally-
bottoms. Here we go.
to the bottoms.
Whew. Did you add any simple syrup into that?
I did. It doesn't have any orange in it, but I did
That's
add simple
okay.
syrup.
All right.
What about some orange bitters? You said orange bitters, yeah?
Yep, we
Did
got
that
it.
too. Yep.
It's strong for me.
It's kind of it's like an old fashioned, but you add champagne to make it a little extra, and then the glitter to make it a little more extra.
And that's what
I
this
bet if
theme
you put
is.
it on the rocks and let it sit for 5 minutes, it would take the edge off of it a little bit.
Okay.
It'd be a little easier.
I'll let
to
it
drink.
sit there for a little bit.
Well, I appreciate it's 2 levels of extra because that's what most things Matt and I do are.
Yes, perfect.
It seemed
And
like
every-
the right thing for
And
Halloween.
every character in the public domain is certainly 2 levels of extra at a minimum.
I love that it's based on Cheers. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm old. I'm real old. And I grew up watching Cheers, and I love Cheers.
I mean,
So-
I watched Cheers, but it was on Nick at Night.
Oh, shut up.
That's technically where I watched it, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Well, I watched it every Thursday night when it was released for whatever, 11 years. So, Matt, with being Shep, so you're the bartender, right? You're the owner of the bar that this takes place.
Yes. Do I own the bar, Sean?
Hell yeah, you do.
Of course I own the bar, guys. What do you mean? What kind of
We're going to
question is
own
that?
real estate. It might as well be fictional animated real estate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no taxes on that.
So, are you in every episode then? I would take it.
Listen, I can't predict the future, but I will likely be in most of the episodes unless Sean writes some fantastic beer garden in the trees episode that never touches the ground and we stay in the trees, or some alternate space the entire episode, which is not out of the question. I think I'll be in most of it, but I think man, there's a lot of stories to tell. There's so many interesting things to explore that I couldn't be certain.
That almost feels like a jumping the shark kind of early, though, if you're going to be up in that tree.
Oh, he'll be in every
Garden.
episode. He's just modest. And that's why we created an original character, is we needed somebody who embodied all the themes and ideas of the show without having to force a character you already know to be that person. So Shep
yeah.
represents the failed Hollywood coming back to Hollywood. He represents the bar. He's kind of the straight man against everybody else's crazier versions, although Shep's pretty crazy too. So he's very much the, what would you call that? He's the epicenter of this entire universe.
So how did you guys meet?
Yeah,
Sean
that's
and
what
Matt.
I want to know. How did you guys
Do you
meet?
remember?
Jeremy kind of is the
Yeah.
link, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was acting as a sales agent on this great film called The Long Shadow, starring our mutual friend Asha Davis from Drunk History, Friday Night Lights, a bunch of amazing things. while I was working with Jeremy, the producer of The Long Shadow, he said, "Do you have any interest in talking to this TV guy? He's got a couple movies." I was like, I guess. Very quickly, we got along. We're the same type of crazy, the same type of hard worker, all those things. And then we kind of, I think because of the strike, because of COVID, we kind of drifted in contact. And then all of a sudden one day I was like, I should email that guy. I wonder what's up. And I, like 5 minutes into the next call, we're like, okay, we're just going to do this from now on.
Yeah, sometimes you just need like to find some people that are willing to work really as hard as you are, but they know things that you don't know, you know, and then you kind of join your forces and see what you can come up with. And, you know, Sean and I both knew we're willing to work hard, and you know, we have a couple other people around us that are willing to work hard. So if we all just try to do it, then we would stop having to go to the key holders in Hollywood just to create a job for ourselves and our friends. Now we can be the job creators. And I think we just, whatever, we had to do it. He was willing, I was willing. So it was a perfect marriage at the moment.
I mean, we've known each other about 5 years, maybe a little more than that, but all of a sudden we've got a feature film and an animated TV show under our belt just in the last 9 months, 10 months.
Yeah, not to mention at the slowest, most upside down time in Hollywood, you know?
Oh, well, I got to say, I don't know. I hope this isn't offensive, but I don't think it will be, because I feel like public domain.
It is.
I feel like public domain is a fresh idea, and I feel like Hollywood has ran out of a lot of fresh ideas. And I just think that this is really, I think it's a cool thing. I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up your skirt. I really do think it's pretty cool. You know, like I said, I just feel like Hollywood just keeps regurgitating the same thing over and over. And even though these are public domain, these characters that you're familiar with, this is a fresh take on it. And I'm kind of, I don't really like cartoons, but I'm really excited to see this.
Jenny actually hates animated
It's going to be your
things.
favorite cartoon.
It's going to be the only one she watches, I
Well,
promise.
I do like Scooby-Doo. Not going to lie. I'm a Scooby-Doo
Well,
fan.
it's going to have characters you know and love. Like, whether you like cartoons or not, you're probably interested in things like Frankenstein and Santa Claus and these type of characters that are not, just in animated things, but they're in plenty of live action tales, and also tales within families, you know, of various, Phantom of the Opera. There's so many reasons to love it. Everybody's going to find a reason to really latch on to a character. Well,
I just love the lineup you gave us. I mean, you have like these heavy hitters from Supernatural that are doing the voices. And I think it's going to be so much fun personally, just to watch that and listen to them. And I think that's going to be really cool. I did have a question though. Sydney Salmon. Is that a public domain person, or is that?
That is an original, very thinly veiled version of certain Hollywood producers that we don't talk about anymore.
Okay. Gotcha. Perfect. Well, then Jim Beaver probably is the perfect person to play that role then.
I will say, so most of the cast recorded at Rob Benedict's house because he's amazing. Mm-hmm. And there were times that Matt, myself, Rob, and I want to say Rich was in the room, were laughing so hard that Jim Beaver had to yell at us and tell us to stop. And then Jim would keep going and he'd say things. I'm like, holy shit, is he improvising? This is amazing. And I'd look down and be like, oh no, I wrote that. That's just what happens when it sounds great coming out of a beautiful man's mouth.
That is amazing.
Yes. Agreed. Jim Beaver really brought it home. He's so not creepy old producer guy. You know, he's really everybody's favorite uncle / grandpa. Like, he's the sweetest, greatest human on earth. And to give him one of the most devious characters in our series is just, I mean, it's gold. I mean, it's perfect. We didn't know how good it was going to be. And then we all, like Sean said, lost it when he started talking. It was perfect.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. So much fun.
Voice acting in itself is different than like screen acting or stage acting in a lot of ways. Did you find writing for that more challenging or different? And Matt, how is it doing a voice and not having like your body and your face to help express your character?
It's
That's
awesome to do it. I mean, doing voice acting's amazing because you're completely free of costume or makeup or any you can close your eyes and boom, you're just that person. I can feel Shep's pompadour and its gray stripe like as my hands go through, like, and so then you're a little bit more free creatively to express yourself bigger in a bigger way, or a more unique way without judging yourself, because you're kind of hiding, a little bit. You're kind of hiding behind, our wonderful animators' animation. You get to kind of hide behind that character, so therefore you get to kind of reveal a little bit more. So I think any actor would tell you it's amazing to do it. I don't know, Sean, is the writing? You think the writing process is different, cartoon, voiceover, as far as rather than, like, I'm sure a dramatic, feature, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I went in blind and dumb and basically said, cool, at least I don't have to worry about budget. Because when you're doing live action, you're like, great. And then a giant steps on Manhattan. You're like, cool. How are we going to film that? So I went in just telling myself I had no budget, be funny. And then I will say realistically, so I've seen the pilot. We've done things. I've learned things in animating the pilot that will be adjusted going forward into future episodes, but it took literally seeing it come to life. I had never seen an animatic before. I had never seen animation storyboards before. I'd never seen rough art. So watching it come to life, I was like, oh, I should have done that wildly different, but here we go. So next time, do better.
Is it like more freeing because if you want a giant to step on Manhattan, you don't have to actually figure out how to film it, but I guess somebody else has to figure out how to draw it.
Yeah, I mean, that it's more freeing to know that you can literally say, like, a unicorn jumps over Matt's head and farts a rainbow and then giggles and goes to Mars, and realistically somebody will just figure out how to draw that. But there's things in animation like timing, I'd have quick cutaways that I'm like, oh, that's funny. That's 30 seconds and it'll do X, Y, and Z. And then animation goes faster. Mm-hmm. So like normally the age old thing in Hollywood is one page of script is 1 minute of screen time. In animation, one page of script is actually about half of a minute, maybe even less. So things that I was like, oh, here's a funny little joke, and then we'll just move on, got animated, and it was too fast, where I needed to sit and sort of draw it out and make more jokes. But that's something that, we learned for future episodes. So anybody in Austin, I promise future episodes will be even better.
Awesome.
As Matt, I told these two before you got on that we're both the same type of crazy, that things could always be better.
Yeah, everything. I mean, nothing's ever done is the thing. And if you give a shit about your art or your craft, it doesn't matter if you're making a Horseshoe or a Christopher Nolan movie. You're going to look at it afterwards and go, oh, I could have done this. I could have spent 5 more minutes there. I could have exercised a different, reached out to, this person to help me come up with a different idea,
Well, obviously, striving to reach that level of perfection is not a bad thing, but do you ever cut yourself some slack? I mean, you're still human.
No, I'm never
That's
satisfied.
why we're crazy.
I'm never satisfied with anything I do. I like some stuff I do, but I'm always want to do it better and more interesting and more, I just feel like given a longer period of time, art can be destroyed, but it can also be reinvented, right? I mean, you've seen reinvented sequels and this, that, and the other thing, remakes. Sometimes they're better than the first time, and so you got to just get out of your own way, I guess, sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So how did you guys go about, is it illustrators? Is that the right word to use? Or animators?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm sure they would correct us, but we'll call them whatever we want.
They're not here. So how did you find the team that you found for that?
So we had talked to a couple people. We gave them sort of a brief, a vision. They came back with their interpretation, and it didn't feel quite right. And I know some producers out of Kentucky, and they just happened to mention this guy. They're like, he's a little crazy, he's a little weird. He's like, I wouldn't leave him alone in a room with any sharp objects, but he's a great artist. So I met him, and he was like, "Oh, I get it. It's Venture Brothers plus X, Y, Simpsons, Rick and Morty." He said all the right words, and like, all right, well, let's give him a try. Let's see if he could do some character art. So we gave him a brief on Shep Salazar for sure. I want to say Dorothy, which is Brianna Buckmaster's character, Wendy Darling, which is Ruth Connell, Sherlock Holmes, which is Adam Fergus, and either Cthulhu, which is Rob Benedict, or Quasimodo. And he just came back and like, oh my God, almost every single one of these is perfect. I think half the characters we said no notes, this is the character. And the other half were like, hey, what if he was an inch taller and winked? And, you know, within probably what, Matt, 3-4 days, we had almost all of our cast completely drawn and like, this is a show.
From just
now,
one guy?
Now we know we're have a show.
Yeah, just one guy kind of started the animation, definitely for the characters. And then we just knew that it was going to work because it was like the idea in our head. Once you see that character come to life and you get to kind of like, you know, picture him or her or them in their environment a little bit, then yes, you're like, okay, I can write these characters. I can write these stories. I can make these voices. Yeah, so it was exciting. It's animation super exciting because you're truly creating something out of nothing. You know, I mean, even a acting performance, you come in at least with yourself. You have your body in there in a live action thing, but it's just you're making a 2-dimensional object feel and laugh and create, and it's fascinating. I think, you know, like Sean said, when we first saw those characters, we were like, oh my God, t-shirts, stickers, mugs. Like we couldn't stop
Shot
thinking about all the
glasses.
swag we wanted for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it helped with the actors because we didn't go out to almost anybody. It was Matt and I, and then we got and like, okay, let's send each person their character. This is what you look like and the script, and see if they get it. And I think for a lot of them, as soon as they could see who they were playing, I don't think any actor needed virtually any notes.
Very, very little, you know. I mean, we're asking some questions and whatnot during the process, but I wanted to be able to hear the actor's voice through the performance, but I wanted them to just kind of have the freedom to do it, you know, like, you know, play the character however they wanted to. And I think that's what's fun about the Supernatural cast and all these, you know, great people in and around is that they show up to be creative. They want to do something fascinating and fun. And, you know, so everybody really, really delivers for each other.
Like you said, you pulled in your friends, but like when I look through the cast that you had, you weren't in any episodes with any of these people. So have you just built these relationships like through the conventions, basically?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of these people were in or involved with my first directorial debut in the short film Mama Bear that I did. And I had only made those relationships because I was on Supernatural and started doing conventions. Because, yeah, you know, in my episodes, the ones that I acted in anyways, it was just Jared Jensen. Barely Misha, but, you know, it was minimal cast. So, yeah, I met them down the line at conventions, and I always thought everybody was remarkably talented. I thought I was the least talented of the group, but I'm the wildest SOB of any of them. So I will put together a giant project and just say, yeah, everybody's on board before I even ask them. And then luckily they say yes. And the honest truth is I'm not in any of this for self. I want to be successful. I want to make these shows. I want to do all that stuff. But I also want to put all of my very talented friends in a position to at least put some food on the table or pay their bills. I think that's the fun part. And that's what I'm good at. Like I can act and I can direct and I can produce, but I'm really good at gathering people and making a thing happen. Like putting a bunch of people together that are better than me at their given spot. And then boom, here we go. Now we can get it to go. And with the Supernatural group, that's consistently happened. Every time I've put that group of people together, we've delivered and we've come out with something we can be proud of.
That's wonderful.
That
it's
is.
just so cool. I mean, because Dawn and I are obviously just fans of the show, and that's why we even started our podcast, because we're fans, and we went to our first convention just last year. Actually, I just watched Supernatural for the first time in 2023. I had never even watched it before. So I feel like you hit the jackpot getting cast in Supernatural and being able to film with this cast of characters. Supernatural did the work for you. They found the most phenomenal actors, and then you got to be friends with them and then pull them in. I just think that's just so cool and special.
Yeah, listen, realistically, we could give a giant shout out to Robert Ulrich, casting director for Supernatural, and also for Jeffrey Dean Morgan's mother for making him look like me somehow, and my mother for making me look like him somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been on a lot of different shows, and I've never been on a show. Not that other shows that I have been on their casts aren't fantastic and great, but as far as the circle of recurring guest stars being like a continued family 5+ years after the show is gone, I've never experienced anything like it. We've buried people together. We've brought people into the world together. We consistently call on each other when we're down and out or when we're celebrating our greatest, most triumphant moment. And, they're a good group of people, and I owe them my life and my livelihood, and my kid owes them, for this house, and my wife owes them for my sanity, because if it wasn't for the men and women that are within the circle of Supernatural, like, they taught me how to be a friend and a father and a husband and a director and an actor. Like, those are my friend circle. I've learned from them so much. So it's fantastic to be able to sit down with Sean, and then all of a sudden we are going to be able to hopefully give all these friends a job. Now, it's not going to be, a bajillion-dollar job, but it's a job doing something fun, something that'll bring laughs and entertainment to people when they need it more than ever. Consistent TV comedies are the one thing Hollywood has done right. When we put out some laughs in the world, that's what Hollywood can do. That's what we can do for people. We can share a story and change somebody's perspective on something, but we could bring some joy and some affection out into the world. And so public domain and the cast of Supernatural and Sean, and that's what's going to happen. People are going to they're going to be hooked on this show because they can't not be. They grew up with these characters.
So have you guys recorded anything beyond the pilot yet?
Oh, if only. No, our plan is next Friday. We're recording August 11, August 20, whatever date that is. We are premiering in Austin. The following Monday, we are putting it on YouTube because we want to give it back to the fans who basically helped us make the pilot. And then come September, we are going to take it out and start shopping it and sell it to a network for all of the money. And then we'll make more episodes on their dime.
Okay.
That's right.
So
with more Supernatural cast,
Yeah.
We have some unique people, interested in helping us get the show off the ground. And within those people's circles, some very unique, fun guest star potential cast people, So that's what we're going for. We want it to be fun. We want it to be silly. We want it to be thoroughly entertaining for the long run. And we think we could deliver.
That's awesome. So, Sean, I see that you're going to be Hansel. Do you have a Gretel that's going to be your sister in the future?
While Hansel is not Frasier, I'm going to try to keep a Marist vibe, and I don't think we want to see Gretel for a while.
Okay.
That's a future plot.
I have written several episodes, and all of the characters get a lot weirder, and I think it'll do it justice to not actually show Gretel because she has done a number on Hansel.
Okay. Intrigue.
Lots of intrigue. I can foreshadow all the things because we've outlined probably about 50 episodes by now.
That's amazing. That's awesome. In the long term, like you said, new characters can be brought in. So are any of these characters going to get their shot back in Tinseltown? Are they going to get called up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And then are they just gone, or is it going to be like they might have bombed and they're back, or is it back and forth?
the joy of animation, and I guess being one of the creators of the show, is there will be characters who probably step away for a little bit and then come back and be like, what, did you think I was gone for good? And then there'll be episodes, like there's an episode I'm working on right now where Dorothy goes and stars in a horror movie adaptation of Wizard of Oz. But by the end of the episode, she's literally back at the bar and says, well, that happened.
You have to remember, like, our homeroom is a bar, much like the bar Cheers. Mm-hmm. So your stories and guest stars come into the bar. They bring their story to the bar, but their story of defeat or their triumphant moment, they bring that to the bar, and then they go and live whatever experience, and they come back and they bring those stories to the bar. And then all while those outside stories are coming in and out, there's the stories of your base crew that's always in the bar, the ones that work in the bar, that are constantly hired in the bar or fired from the bar, the patrons that are in there every single night, inner working relationships within the bar. So yeah, you're going to have an endless amount of tales to be told with some of these characters.
I can already, my brain is trying to come up with a million stories, and I can just see how this is just like nesting doll or a tree root system of just so many possibilities and ways that you could go with this.
And there's nothing off limits is the thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Sean, back me up on this. It's interesting to think of characters from different universes, completely different genres of animation or whatnot, coming together, dealing with a problem, having a relationship,
This is the most fun I've had writing, and I've written about a dozen features and probably half a dozen TV pilots. I am writing more episodes of this because I have fun making myself laugh. And when Matt and I get on the call, we're like, what if Pinocchio and Cinderella got set up on a blind date? What if Mulan hosted karaoke? All you have to do is say 1, 2, 3 character names and then insert a central action. And you're like, oh my God, that's a great episode.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Chad Lindbergh as Santa Claus. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
He did a great job. He literally, I think he's probably the embodiment of, he saw the animation, needed no notes, and then just went, and I think he acted to the art. Because there's so many ways you could do Santa Claus and be like, I'm happy, I'm this, I'm that. He saw our gross, piss-stained version of Santa and immediately was like, oh, got it. I'm good.
Excellent. That's so
I'm
great.
still envisioning him with a mullet. Santa Claus mullet, but that's...
Maybe under the hat. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at the art right now. He could very easily be business up front, party in the back.
He's got to be. At least, one episode, the hat's got to come off.
That's a Santa vibe.
Or he's just completely bald and the hair is on the hat.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like the whole beard and everything just comes off as one.
It's actually just a cat that got under there he forgot about.
It screeches.
Are you writing this down? Did you have any problems, though, Matt, calling up your friends and saying you want to do this? Did anybody give you any pushback? I mean, don't have to give names, but I'm just wondering.
No, I didn't, and I never do. And even if I text and they don't get back to me, eventually they say yes, and eventually they get back to me. Everybody's busy, and many of the gang are trying to get their own projects off the ground. So I think we really, if we can help each other, we try to help each other. As long as it's, we believe that everybody wants to show up and deliver a product that doesn't suck, so therefore what's not to trust? That's it. That's all. As long as somebody's going to try their hardest at something, if it's within something your capabilities, help them out as much as you can. And that's kind of the way we work within the supernatural world. As you guys know, it is a family that goes far beyond blood, and it extends past the line of celebrity and fan, and it has for a long time. And I know you're new to the fan base in 2023, but I've been doing this for many years. I always came into that show in season 4. So I immediately have started doing conventions and realized that the love and the joy this show creates is not to be effed with. We take it very serious. We hold it close to our hearts, both the actors and the fans. So here it goes as it rides bright into the sunset, project after project, and I'm sure soon to be a reinvented remake of Supernatural, the movie or the streaming series or something. Like Supernatural lives forever. We don't just say it to sound cool.
I got to throw this out here. I really feel like you got to pull Jason Manz in, and he's got to be like the bar troubadour or something.
Okay, if you ever need another person who can come up with 1,000 random chaotic ideas, just email us. Call Jenny. Yeah. She's always got another idea. She will be like, "What if this?" She's already pitched like 4 things at you in the past 5 minutes.
So I haven't even talked to Matt about it. Does Jason act or does he only sing?
He can act.
Okay, because I actually have been writing King Arthur with Jason in mind.
I love it. That's amazing.
He showed up in the karaoke episode. I'm like, great. So basically, thanks to Rob, Rich, Jason, Billy, Steve, all the musicians, Bree's an amazing singer. I'm like, cool. So now we need about 4 musical episodes per season.
Yes.
Because they all need to sing all the time. And that's where the karaoke started. But I think in the future, we're going to have full-on musical episodes just to let these guys basically shine.
I'm so excited already.
No.
Or we just have a breakout one song per episode. Like there's just a musical moment in every episode. What was that show? It was a live action show. Recently.
Gallivant?
No.
Oh, with Tim Amundsen.
Oh, my crazy ex-girlfriend?
No, it was like a musical. Like they were in the
Glee.
woods.
Glee.
No.
We're just going to keep saying musical TV show.
The one with the funny girl that poops her dress in Bridesmaids. I think she's in it.
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, Schmigadoon?
Schmigadoon!
I love Schmigadoon.
I've never heard of that.
I've never
Oh
heard
my
either.
gosh.
It's an Apple show with,
It's great. It's so silly.
Key? No, Peel. No, Key.
Michael Keegan.
Key and
Michael
Cecily
Key.
Strong.
Yes.
And in season 1, they're like cynical, either New Yorkers or some metro city, and they wake up in a 50s musical like Brigadoon.
Yeah.
And basically, they spend the whole show walking around saying, "What the hell is going on? Why are you singing?" And then they think they go home, and then in season 2, it jumps to like the 70s hair musicals. It's so good. But we could easily do some of that. Or just everybody starts doing karaoke in every episode, and apparently that's just what we do.
It is a bar.
It's a bar. Exactly.
So Matt, you were talking about how like the conventions and the relationship that has been built back and forth between fans and the actors and everybody. This public domain itself was backed and supported on GoFundMe, was it not?
Yeah. We started a campaign, and Sean and I are still in the vendor's room raising money to finish the project and pay, people back the money that we've been helped with to get the project animated and whatnot. It's very expensive to, do anything in Hollywood, obviously, even when Sean's working for free and I'm working for free and all our actors are working for next to nothing. It's still expensive. It just is what it is. So, yeah, the fans have helped us raise a amazing amount of money, and we are continuing creating new swag. The cool thing about a bar is it lends itself to some great swag as far as t-shirts and hats and coasters and cups and stickers and just stuff that's actually cool, not just like, hey, I bought the thing to support the show. The thing, like you guys have a little shot glass right in the middle of your table. It's fun to have something you'll use twice. You didn't just buy it to say, hey, good job.
Right.
So yeah, the fans have helped us raise money, and we'll continue to do so. And we'll probably always, or at least myself, and Sean will come along when he can, but I'll always be bringing awareness and probably raising some sort of independent filmmaking fund in the vendor's room at conventions. I enjoy it. I like talking about these things that I'm passionate about, and you guys seem to like to listen to it. So you keep showing up, and I'll keep showing up, and Sean and I will keep making projects for you guys to be entertained by.
Turning tricks in the vendor's room.
Well, we're called Spirits and Supernatural because we make a cocktail and we base it off a character in the show. So we have what we do a swig rating at the end of every episode. And so we've talked about having swig swag. So we understand, and
Gotta have swig swag.
Yeah, eventually.
I think if you could bottle the Tinseltown drink and sell them at the con, well, Creation will probably shut you down, but
Yeah.
I could buy a bunch.
Okay. I'll try to bring you some in Nashville.
I've tried to soft pitch. It's like, what if we did beer pong with Matt or beer pong with Matt and Rob or something? And they're like, cool. What about the liability?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
Literally just make everybody sign waivers.
Yeah.
People would do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they went
I
went
think
mini golfing.
We did.
Somebody could lose an eye doing that. So I'm feeling like
That's right. You don't never know how aggressive mini golfing can get.
Exactly.
Extreme.
Well, especially with Matt and Rich at the helm.
That's right.
Well, guys, I don't even know how to thank you for taking the time out of the middle of your day and joining us.
And your vacation.
Yeah, and you're on vacation, and it's just, it means a lot, and we really appreciate it. I do have one last question, though. Do we have any new exes? Anything to say about that?
We're so close.
Info?
In fact, you'll save me an email because you have Sean on this on this Zoom call right now. Hey, Sean, I talked to the team. Originally, I told them by the end of this week, I need our final version that we've been waiting for. And then I said, okay, fine, by Sunday then, because Sean's not going to do anything with it till Monday. And then Kevin hit me today and was like, I'm basically going to be done in the next day or two. So
Sweet.
Look for a much more finished version coming at you. And it really, it looks awesome. It looks awesome. I'm super proud of it. And it's finally here. That was kind of the little movie that could during the time when nothing was getting done and the entire state was burning down. So we're proud of it.
Literally,
and,
yeah.
Sean, you'll see
Yeah, we're
it
going to have
soon,
to
and
do
you
a
guys
whole
will see
other
it shortly
podcast
after.
on X's.
Yes.
We're
yes.
down.
We're in.
Anytime
We'll
you
make
want.
a cocktail for exes too.
We will. Absolutely.
I was actually thinking about that while I was driving, and I was like, what would an X's cocktail? And I'm like, I feel like it's got to be dirty something. Because you guys get enough boulders and dirt and all the things thrown at you.
I was thinking we should try and set it on fire or something.
We failed last time we tried to
That's
set a
true.
drink on fire.
We didn't do very good. We made a Mary Winchester and tried to set it on fire, and it didn't go
I can do it. I used to be a bartender. I used to make something called a flaming Dr. Pepper. It was phenomenal.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, we'll come up with an
That's
X's.
smoked old fashioned or something where you trap it and then you release smoke.
Oh, stop being so domesticated with your cocktails. I'm gonna bring it over on a plate with your smoke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making a flaming Dr. Pepper. You light a shot, you drop it in, you chug the whole thing down.
Yeah, we'll come up with something, and we'll email you and see if you agree with it or not. But all right, guys, thank you again. Look forward to
Awesome.
seeing you
Thank
at
you, guys.
conventions.
Just so that we kind of have a timeline here before we roll out. You're going to do a little premiere sort of at the Austin Convention,
August 27th.
August 22nd.
Yeah.
And then did I hear you say it's going to drop on YouTube the following Monday?
Yes, Monday, August 25th, the whole pilot will be on YouTube at Public Domain Series. And then it'll be free for the world to enjoy. So like, share, subscribe, all those things you're supposed to do. And then after that, we'll focus on selling it. But we want to give it back to the fans.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to have the dates so that people would know.
Thank you guys so
All
much
right.
for taking the time.
Thank you.
It was fun, and we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, it was our pleasure. Thanks, guys.
All
Thank
right,
Have a
bye,
great
everybody.
vacation.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. How exciting. How cool.
Did that just happen?
Did it just happen?
Oh my gosh.
I think I disassociated halfway through. I wasn't even in my body.
It was kind of like when I met Jensen for the first time. I blacked out. I don't know what we just
Maybe.
said. I'll have to watch it again just to see. That
So
was
we're going to
amazing.
swig rate this.
We
this,
are.
Tinseltown.
All right.
Okay.
It's really pretty. I love the glitter in it. Does the Tinseltown cocktail match the public domain?
Well, we made it specifically for them.
So, and the guys seem to appreciate it. So I'd say
And
full
that-
swig.
Extra layers of extra. Absolutely full swig on that.
Yeah, we'd had a lot of extra in there.
It happens. It happens. It was very easy to make. It was an old fashioned, basically. Add your champagne or prosecco like we did, and glitter because obviously. So it was very easy to make. I you really have to think about it.
Good. We weren't thinking.
No, good thing, because how would we possibly be able to think too hard? Talking to these cool dudes.
I know. Amazing. Okay. And so the mocktail ability. So how would we mocktail this?
So for a mocktail for this, you could do a non-alcoholic whiskey. You could do just sort of like a club soda with the bitters and make a flavor that way. Sparkling juice and edible glitter is not alcoholic. So anybody, children can have that and would probably also enjoy it.
Oh, they would love the glitter.
The glitter
I'm sure my little
sparkling
would love it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And taste. It's a little bitter for me. I needed some more simple syrup in it for me.
Yeah. I mean, so you could add simple syrup to taste. I actually thought about offering you more.
I'm going to have you put more in it, and then But you know what? Because I'm so excited, and what this was, I'm still giving it a full swig because our cocktail deserves
everything. This one deserves
it all.
A full perfect score.
It does.
Excellent.
8 out of 8.
So surprise episode, everybody.
Yes.
Hi.
And I'm assuming that we'll put lots of video clips and all the good
we can
stuff.
Put up clips and share this with you. Eventually we'll have some episodes up on YouTube, and we'll get this one up there.
Yes.
And tag public domain in it as well.
Yeah. You know what? Honest, I can't wait to watch this show. I really can't. And I don't like cartoons. I really don't. And I can't wait. I can't wait because it's got so much of our supernatural family in it.
It's a brilliant idea. It's got endless possibilities.
It's so much fun. Oh my gosh, it's got to take off.
The jackpot for
an
animated show. I think it's going to be great.
All right. Okay. Surprise episode, like Dawn said. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Special thanks to Matt and Sean for joining us in the middle of the day.
Yes. Make it over to YouTube on the 25th to watch that pilot.
Yes.
And let them know how much you loved it.
Share. Just I keep sharing countdown stuff over and over and over because I want Jensen's show to get a second season. So we are going to have to share public domain over and over because we want our friends,
succeed,
all of our supernatural family that is in the show. They need more than just the pilot.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Thanks so much, everybody.